and having your own legal practice. And just from what I know about running businesses is, you know, that's like a lot of work.
It's a lot of work, and it's incredibly difficult right now. I actually just got an email. I'm waiting to hear from federal courts. You know, it's what's interesting, what's going on in New York now is, you know, New York is, I don't even know if this is the appropriate word, but it's the epicenter, I guess, what they like to describe it as, where the entire city has been shut down. Legally, though, you still have the federal system, particularly the Southern District. Eastern District has not made an arrest. There hasn't been a federal arrest in the Eastern District of New York in the last 10 days. In Southern, they have made it very clear that this means nothing. They are going to continue to investigate. They're going to continue with these huge takedowns where they go into minority neighborhoods and take down 20 to 30 to 40 young men, and they haven't stopped. And I just actually got an email this morning where they made an arrest of at least 3 death eligible defendants. So I'm waiting for the court to determine if I have to arraign one of those defendants via Skype this afternoon. We can't visit our clients in the federal system. They've stopped all in-person visits. In Rikers Island, they have, the mayor's office has decided to release some people in state. Most of my clients in state are charged with very serious crimes, usually homicide or high-level drug cases. But because of the bail reform, unless you have violence, you're out, unless you have a parole hold or something like that. But in Rikers right now, they have about 200 inmates who have been afflicted with the virus. And the district attorneys, the local district attorneys, one of them is a very good friend of mine. They wrote a letter opposing the release of some of these people. And the chief medical doctor at Rikers Island just wrote a very bright, scathing response to that. And what you're really seeing is a collision of all these narratives in the criminal legal system that it's going to take some time to unwind these things. And there's a lot of dangerous pitfalls that are being established. It's sort of like 9/11. They're using this opportunity to really stamp on certain individual rights and civil rights. So it's a really, really dangerous and interesting time right now.
Yeah. I want to make sure I understand that. So 200 people, you said at Rikers Island, or just
200 that they have diagnosed with the virus. Yes. Right. Okay. And they anticipate out of those 200, I believe the numbers he said was 20% of those are going to need to be hospitalized, which is going to increase the load that's going on in the hospitals now. And out of that percentage, 5% are going to need ventilators as well. Okay. And so they're trying to contain it, but it's something that I knew was eventually going to explode. And
the DAs are opposing their release.
They're opposing the release.
They don't want them in a hospital? Is that what that
means? They don't want them on the street. Forget the health issue. They don't care about the health issue. They're taking the position of, you know what, we don't agree with you that these people are worthy of being released in the street. They're dangerous. We want to oppose it. And that goes into a whole nother issue about mass incarceration. Like some people have the idea that mass incarceration should be reduced only towards people who are deemed nonviolent. And I think that's the wrong way to look at it. There are plenty of people who have cases of violence. However, if you really follow the trail and the risk factors, they still should be included in addressing why we have this huge carceral state in our society. But that's sort of like taboo. People don't want to get into that. And, we're in a very interesting time.